आपका धर्म, आपका स्टेशन, टीवी जागृति।
And welcome back to Conversations. It's 40 minutes past 8. That means it's 20 minutes away from the top. You are watching Conversations on TV Jaagriti. I am Vishala, Ganesh. So we thank Vendar Suraj for joining us for the extended report. Now we switch the conversation from news into something that actually should make the news. Safer Internet Day, SID for short. And joining me on set this morning is the digital guru himself, Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj, here to talk about Safer Internet Day. You know, what is it? Who is it geared towards? Sitaram, and welcome, Pandit Shiva.
Sitaram Vishala, and Sitaram to all our viewers on TV Jaagriti.
Good to have you.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for wearing the emoji tie.
Of course. It's the official SID tie now, because when I started SID about representing SID in Trinidad and Tobago about 5 years ago, it was a tie that I bought specific for that purpose. And it had such an impact with the kids,
yes,
especially. And it actually makes everyone smile and everyone happy. So definitely is something that I kept on for each SID, or Safer Internet Day, as we promote it. We have been having some difficulties in promoting SID here in Trinidad.
Tell me what sort of difficulties you're facing.
Before we could do that, let's share with our viewers a little video of what SID is.
Oh, what SID is, right. So we have that video.
Yeah. So, well, some of the difficulties while they get the video queued is the time of year that SID is in Trinidad clashes with something that people in Trinidad prioritize more
Carnival
than anything else.
Yes, oh no. So while everybody is like jumping up in the fest or in the parties and maybe getting themselves wasted and really just kind of going to a numb state, the Safer Internet Day is taking place. So their phones and their laptops and everything.
In terms of the digital thing too, the type of pictures that are shared, the comments that are going out, and you know, so it's really the opposite of what we're trying to promote.
If I was to think like a cyber criminal, this would be the perfect time to launch an attack, because people are
intoxicated and they're doing and the sharing and the clicking.
And they
don't
just
don't give them any ideas, please.
Oh, not giving any ideas at all. But the risk is real.
The risk is very, very real, as we will see this morning, as we have our premiere, you know, that we'll be premiering something special. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet. I'll leave that up to you, right?
Sure.
To let them know what we are premiering this morning, something that will be constantly here on TV Jaagriti and Radio Jaagriti as well. Because we want to share the information. We want to get everyone safer.
So I'll tell you what, we do have the video.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's explain to all the viewers exactly
what Safer Internet Day is, and then we'll go into how it came to Trinidad and why we so adamant about promoting it.
Take a look.
The online world is an integral part of children's reality today. We are growing up digitally, with technology embedded in every aspect of our lives. Now the internet is such an important part of life, adults want to keep children safe and provide guidance in the virtual world as well as the real one. Since year 2004, Safer Internet Day, or SID, has been celebrated on the second day of the second week of the second month of the year. SID promotes safer and more responsible use of online technology, now including mobile internet. Safer Internet Day was born in Europe and has grown rapidly, now spreading to 74 countries worldwide, with thousands of people involved in events. Each year the InSafe network chooses a different theme. Previous years have focused on a variety of topics, including cyberbullying and social networking. Safer Internet Day activities are often organized around one major central event in each country, accompanied by a press conference. After that, there are loads of smaller initiatives held in each country. We'd like to encourage schools, institutions, companies and partners to celebrate SID and organize their own events and activities. The online world is a unique arena where people of all ages can learn together and from each other, especially regarding online safety. Whether you are 5, 40 or 75 years old, whether you use the internet once a month or several times a day, each person can add something different that can help shape our online experiences and our safety. We invite you to help raise global awareness of online safety issues by organizing or attending an event on Safer Internet Day. Go to our website for links and resources on how to get involved. And join us when the world celebrates Safer Internet Day.
All right, so that video explains what Safer Internet Day is.
Yep. So Safer Internet Day was started in Europe, but because of the importance of it, because we all live in a digital world, it doesn't matter what country or what part of the world. For the smallest villages in India and Africa, they have cell phones and internet access. Actually, they have more internet access than us.
Yeah?
Yeah, because that's what they use, right? They use the technology, and the technology is out there. But my big concern has always been, are we teaching our children to use this power, great power come great responsibilities. And are we teaching our children the responsibilities that they need to know in dealing and living with this technology?
I would want to say arguably no, because children, I mean, all they're trained to do is hold a tablet and press.
Yeah.
And they're not being taught on a very large scale how to use the technology properly and safely.
And safely, because I know the last occasion that I was here, we spoke about the addiction to it, right? And that's real. That's a reality that we can't, we have to nip it in the bud, as we say, very early, right? So we need to get the children in programs, in whatever. So we use the Safer Internet Day as a platform to build the awareness of how important this is for everyone, right? And so that's why we try to, and as I said, for the past 5 years, I have been personally championing that cause here in Trinidad and Tobago, because we are here now to, we are part of the global evolution in technology.
Yeah. So I was now going to ask, I know it's from the video, you can see that this is a global movement.
Yep.
But I wanted to talk about specifically Trinidad and Tobago, how or what is taking place here in order to promote Safer Internet Day.
So for the past 5 years, radio and TV Jaagriti have been the exclusive support for us, of course, because of my affiliations with the station, that we have programs like these, to get the wider word out, and then of course it's shared on social media and so forth, so that we try to get the word out as much as possible. However, one of the difficulties is that we are not getting the stakeholders involved. And that's why this year we are actually focusing on that. So we do have another video with the 2019, what we are trying to achieve in 2019, that we like to share, and then we can discuss how we are trying to do that here in Trinidad.
Great stuff.
Children and young people are surrounded by an increasing number of devices and new technologies.
From an increasingly young age,
this offers them a world of possibilities at their fingertips.
But also brings challenges.
Did you know that in the EU,
half of all teenagers have encountered one or multiple issues online?
But risks should never discourage anyone from being online.
Our goal is for everyone to have positive and safe online experience.
We are parents,
children,
teenagers,
teachers, educators, social workers,
industry,
decision makers and politicians.
And every year on Safer Internet Day,
we are millions,
united with one mission:
to make the internet a better place,
where everyone is empowered to use technology
responsibly,
respectfully,
critically,
and creatively.
So next February, join us.
We can all work together for a better internet.
Together for a better internet.
So together for a better internet.
Together
that's the
for
theme for this year. So that's just some of the plans for 2019, where parents, all the adults getting involved to
get everyone
create
involved.
a safer world.
Even as a teacher in school, we tell our parents they are part of the stakeholders in the success of the child. So it takes the school, it takes the teacher, the administration, the home as all part of the support for the success of that child. And so we need stakeholders, those who have the vision of wanting to safeguard our children from these, as we said in that video, there are many, many opportunities that will open to children. Most of the millionaires that we know now are all teenagers who started off as teenagers in the tech world.
Yes.
Right, like all the Facebook and everything else was created by teenagers, very young millionaires that we have out there because of the opportunities that technology brings. At the same time, more opportunities means more challenges that we will have as we get so swept up in this hurricane of technology coming at us, and how to deal with it, what to do.
It's definitely a hurricane.
It is. It's
Every
a lot.
week something new is coming
It's
out.
a lot,
an updated application, a
New.
new iPhone. The phones are coming faster than we can complete sentences.
So sometimes, most people take out these phones on terms, and by the time you finish paying off for one phone, a new version is out. And that's the cycle that they try to keep the consumer in. And these are part of the digital landscape that people need to be aware of and not get catch. I mean, my phone is about, 5 years old or something. I'm not going to get caught in that. But I was there one time, right?
Exactly.
Just like I used to wear the smartwatch.
Right.
And I decided, let me get further away from it rather than get too engrossed into it.
Because some people...
It was really addictive watching your hand all the time to see if a message.
A phone and a tablet.
Yeah, and all the virtual realities and all these sorts of things.
Interesting. Like we now live on planet Earth, but we live in this virtual world.
Augmented reality.
I know. So everyone you see walking around, if you just kind of observe, you go into the malls or a place where people gather, and you see everyone is actually walking with their heads down. And so that's it. We're in the world, but now we've created this virtual world, this space where we're all in. Now, in the video, risks were mentioned, and someone said that risks does not mean, it's not a reason for you to stay offline or stay off the internet. Can you expand on that?
Right. So before we move on to that, beside the parents, we also need business support. Right, and we need financial aids because many of these schools and many of the kids can't afford the programs. So we also need sponsors for those programs as well to get them out to these schools. Because I could actually put the content online for schools to get for free, but there's a cost factor there that is a large cost factor to really put the content out.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. So, and all that, as you said, is to minimize the risk. So I know here at Jaagriti, we want to spread the knowledge of how we can minimize risk and keep our listeners and viewers safe. So to do that, you want to tell them, or should I?
No, you go right ahead.
We using the platform of Safer Internet Day, which, by the way, officially was last Tuesday. But however, because of our religious calendar, it was pretty difficult for me to do any of these last week. However, this week we are here because it's not a one-day thing. It's something that we are constantly working on, right? We have the day to do the awareness, but the information keeps coming. And so we will want to keep that information coming forward, using today to launch and premiere our Jaagriti's Digital Guru tip.
Yes, I am so proud to say that we are launching it today on this program.
After months of discussions.
I know, right? It's
months of going back and forth.
Long time. And so Tuesdays, we're deciding to go forward. Like every Tuesday, you will receive a Digital Guru tech tip. Every Tuesday. So just like we have Mindfulness Mondays, so we start the week off right, we go straight into Technology Tuesdays. So look forward to that in a few minutes. Actually, we're going to talk a little more. When we take the break, then we premiere
prepare,
the Digital Guru Tech Tip. So that's coming out
Officially.
officially.
Yeah.
And we're so happy. I mean, this is radio and TV Jaagriti, born and bred, created right here.
Right here.
Just for you, with you in mind. Something that we're very proud of, and we hope to embark on even more projects and ventures as 2019 goes along.
As you said, the Digital Guru brand and show was born right here, right? Because we had the opportunity, because there is no other station or channel that I am aware of and have had, because we have everything documented on YouTube, how far back we went with our programming, right? In terms of trying to bring that information that is needed in today's society about technology. And so we have always been at the forefront of that, as our managing director always says. We set the pace and the path for others to follow, right? And we know now that many other stations are wanting our programming because it's so original.
Yeah, and that's what we get towards. We aim for original programming, and you know, it's because of our viewership and our listenership. Like, they really tailor what the programming looks like, because it really is tailored for all of you, with all of you in mind. Seriously, I'm as serious as a hot stack. We do consider what they would consume. I know,
serious thing.
Serious thing. But we're talking about Safer Internet Day, and I'm gonna ask Pandit Shiva to just give us some, like, maybe 3 things we can do as individuals who plug into technology all the time to be safe.
Well, just as many of our alternative health programs that we have here, the very first thing we need to do is detox. We need to detox from our technology. You need to detox from your technology. And the challenge that we have this year for the kids is to spend 24 hours without a device.
Can I do this? I will try.
You have to detox. Of course, you can't do it during work week because you need your phone for work week. But in your mindful times, during the weekend or so forth.
I wonder if we can do an entire 24 hours without a phone, without a tablet or computer.
That's the very first step. You need to detox.
All right, detach yourself from the technology.
It's just like diets, you detox first, and then you start to eat healthy. You can't go in with all the junk that you had there all the time, right? So the same thing, same principle. You detox from the technology, and then you start practicing the tips that we'll be sharing from you weekly. And I know we're giving you in bite sizes so that it's easy to implement.
Right.
Very easy to implement.
Okay, well, I did ask for 3 things, but the first thing you have to do is detox. I feel that was enough to actually lead us into what we're going to talk about now, which is our Digital Guru Tech Tip for Tuesdays. So we'll actually go straight into it, because we're going to take that break now, because news is at the top of the hour. So stay tuned for that. But first, the premiere of the Digital Guru Tech Tip for Technology Tuesdays. I hope you like it. Take a look.
It's now time for Jaagriti's Digital Guru Tip.
Today's Digital Guru Tip. You are a cyber target. It does not matter how much money you have. It does not matter what data you store. It does not matter where you work. It does not matter what color, creed, or race you are. You are a potential target for cyber criminals. Cyber criminals do not need to know you personally, because most cyber attacks are fully automated. Whatever data, including but not limited to usernames, passwords, documents, emails, credit card information, etc., that these criminals gain access to is gathered and sold to interested buyers or used for other criminal activities. Therefore, never say, "It cannot happen to me." You can be the next target.
This has been your Jaagriti Digital Guru Tip. Tune in every Tuesday for a new tech tip.
आपका धर्म, आपका स्टेशन, टीवी जागृति।
It's now time for Jaagriti's Digital Guru Tip.
Today's Digital Guru Tip. You are a cyber target. It does not matter how much money you have. It does not matter what data you store. It does not matter where you work. It does not matter what color, creed, or race you are. You are a potential target for cyber criminals. Cyber criminals do not need to know you personally because most cyber attacks are fully automated. Whatever data, including but not limited to usernames, passwords, documents, emails, credit card information, etc., that these criminals gain access to is gathered and sold to interested buyers or used for other criminal activities. Therefore, never say, "It cannot happen to me." You can be the next target.
This has been your Jaagriti Digital Guru Tip. Tune in every Tuesday for a new tech tip.
That was your Tuesday technology tip, courtesy the digital guru himself, Pandit Shiva Maharaj. Welcome back.
So happy that after all these months of negotiating that we finally have it done, right?
It takes a while. It really does take a while.
So we're going to keep with it, right? We're launching it today as part of our
awareness.
Our campaign
awareness
for
campaign.
safer internet, and as we say, safer internet day is not only one day, it's a continuous thing that we try to do and bring the information out. And well, we are involved so far with the kids. As I said, we focus on them, the children.
Right.
So every year we try to do more schools.
Good.
Right? Yeah.
Good. So very interesting though that, well, we thank Chanel Asran for the business news report at 9. We were looking on before we came back to the show, and interesting enough, Safer Internet Day, and one of the stories in the international part of business news had to do with Mr. Bezos. He is at the helm of Amazon. We all buy things off of Amazon, right? So he's the boss man, and even the boss man is not immune to cyber criminals.
And that's why our tip today says it doesn't matter who you are, how much money you have. You could have no money and cyber attackers will still attack you. The reason for that is that it's not a person doing the attacking, it's code. Right, it's hackers.
So they build these viruses.
It's automatic, yes. It's automated, sorry. So it's automated to just collect this data. And they compile the data now, and then they sell it off on the dark web market, right? And on the dark web market now, they make further links with other things that they might purchase from other people. And so they can steal your entire identity. Right, and that's wipe you off the face of Earth electronically.
Yeah, get sensitive photos. And in Jeff Bezos' case, threaten him and say that we're going to release these photos if you don't give us money.
And you know, in our case studies that we have studied so far, we even saw like a grandmother who doesn't know much about technology taking her pics with her phone of all her grandchildren and having it on her computer, and boom, hacked, gone, have to pay ransomware to get her life collection of her photos that she would have had.
Ridiculous. That's so as you say, the more opportunities or the more advances we make in technology, the greater the challenges.
And then the risk, just as anything else, the more you're successful, the more you drive the fancy cars and you have the big houses, is more that eyes are going to be on you.
On you, exactly.
Right? So more the technology is there, we have these instances, and nobody is immune, as you said.
Right. So
color, creed, race, religion doesn't matter.
Socioeconomic class, exactly.
Doesn't matter. They want anything they can get on you.
Exactly. And so it's important for us to have this conversation today because let's say basic, we all have phones. We all have phones, and we put everything on those phones. Passwords, we log onto our email or Facebook accounts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
camera,
Snapchat, everything. And every time we download an app, notice that the permission window would pop up and say that the app wants
access to this and
your audio, your photos, your media files. Yeah, and we click it because we want the app. We just like allow.
Yeah, but
it's automatic.
That's a whole other topic we need to speak about.
Yes.
Data collection from the actual legal people who collect it legally, because you're actually allowing them. You're saying yes. And that's why it's very important. That's what will be one of our future tips. You know, with the who creates your apps, because if it's not a secured source of the app, and you give them permission to access all these things,
they have access to
you're
everything.
in trouble.
Yes, exactly. So some people might be scared to pick up their phone and use it at this point. So
but as if the first thing we need to acknowledge is you need to admit. You need to admit that I can be on target. And don't ever put your head in the sand like the ostrich and say, well, it cannot happen to me. It can happen to anyone. Right? And we have seen that. If you do your little Google of who have been hacked, you will see it doesn't matter. It's anybody can be hacked.
How can we protect ourselves now?
Well, how can we protect ourselves? The very first step, as you said, is the detox.
Right, detoxing.
Right? So after detoxing, then you need to put healthy digital habits into practice, right? And one of the other things that we could stress on, and I want to go into, is, as we mentioned in our Safer Internet Days, we want to spread positivity. Like, many people follow Sadhguru videos on YouTube, and Sadhguru says, the internet is there. There are bad things, but what we need to do is put more positive things out there, so that it can be used for positive things, right? And so that's why one of the things, I know you have been sharing some of our tips and challenges, right, to how to make ourselves happier. So that's a part of another thing that we are using the technology for, and we're using the social media for, to give that positive, and it's part of the Action for Happiness, if anyone has ever heard about them, right? I'm actually one of the happiness ambassadors.
What's a happiness ambassador?
A happiness ambassador, someone who wants, remember, as a pundit, many people come to us with problems, and I'm always looking for the innovative ways, especially for the younger ones, to keep them motivated and keep them happy. Being happy doesn't mean you don't get problems.
Good.
Right? But being happy means that if when we do get problems, we can deal with the problem. And so then, we could go into the whole other realm with depression and suicides, and so we try to prevent those things.
Right, by injecting more
positivity, constant positivity.
Right, so you've been using the internet to do this, right? And he's pretty good at it, and pretty consistent as well. So, today's challenge, and he puts this out into the cyberspace. And this is from Suryodaya. Catch the program every
Thursday morning.
Right, so today's challenge for Tuesday, February 12th is smile at the people you're with and try to brighten their day.
And that one actually is quite why I'm actually doing this, and doing it through the Suryodaya. Suryodaya means sunrise. Right, and from the earlier programs, I don't say it as much now, but the objective of Suryodaya is to be the sunshine in somebody's life. To be the sunrise in somebody's life. So other people around us will be, in their little depressions, their darkness, and we must make ourselves the light in the air and the sunrise for them.
Be the light of the
So this is how I have chosen to be the light in other people. As we spoke off air, the impact that this has been having, and I only started it last week, right? And the impact that it has been having on people's life and their relationships. So we started it in February, and part of February is bringing happiness to others and improving relationships, right? And that's why the challenges are to reach out to an old friend you never heard about, sharing a smile with someone, telling someone thank you.
Yes, please, and
thank you. Thank you for being there for me. Simple.
Simple.
And it makes a huge difference, right?
Yeah, we should. And now it's the reason why it's called a challenge, because it's sort of difficult if you haven't been practicing this. It's difficult to really let down your guard and then go to someone and say, I just want to thank you for everything that
Recently,
you do.
I saw a post from someone else. Within 2 days, we can bring in family from all over for a funeral. How long does it take to plan a reunion?
Yeah. Longer than a funeral.
and you don't ever get 100% participation.
No, exactly.
People is busy, we always this, we always that, all sorts of excuses. Yeah, we'll catch next year. You don't know which family member or which friend or whoever is going to be there next year.
Right, so somebody
you don't put
and
off
all
good
of a sudden
things.
Ticket book,
My Guruji always says, you don't put off positive things, you don't put off good things. You do it now.
Exactly, because time is so short.
It's so short, and we need to bring. So, before you were making, you were saying as serious as a heart attack. And one of these scientific, because that's one of the things here too. It says here that this Action for Happiness uses the latest science and research in what we put out. So those posts are as scientific and very calculated in why we put in all those things at certain times.
Right.
So happiness is good for the heart. Right? So science, Harvard School of Public Health explained 200 separate research studies on psychological well-being and cardiovascular health. says that optimism and positive emotion were found to provide protection against cardiovascular diseases, to slow progression of heart disease, and reduce risk by around 50% of experiencing cardiovascular events, such as
by
a heart
half.
attack.
So we have to try to be happier.
Can keep the heart attack away, and yes, it can melt those cholesterols away.
Yeah, because I was joking that we can be happy today, but your aorta clogged, and
eat vegetables and be happy.
Well,
not just joking.
Dr. Navarro will come on the program in a few minutes to say, do not eat the doubles. The flour, I have to come up with completely. But the point is that,
emotional health is something that we don't pay heed
to. Positivity, happiness into our lives. We meditate, like David tells us every Monday. We meditate and focus on our breathing, our general well-being. And you will be surprised at how your outlook can change, even for somebody who actually has a serious case of depression.
Another interesting scientific fact is that happiness is contagious.
It is.
Happiness is contagious.
Some people need to work a little harder at accepting the happiness because you can be just grumpy right through and not even a laugh or a smile.
One of the examples I used recently is that if someone is depressed or someone is sad, and you come to them as a support and you hug them.
Yeah, that hug actually transfers energy.
Transfers the happiness. And what I found interesting here is that they actually give scientific percentages of you're the primary happy person, who pass it to the secondary, who pass it to the third. And the happiness, so they have tracked it like a domino effect.
That's really great.
Right? It's like the food chain. The sun is the maximum energy, and the energy goes from the plants to the animals, and it goes down. Likewise, the happiness, it goes down and it goes from.
Right, and the point is to use the tools that we have now.
Use the tools.
The internet, which is like this space, is like we have Planet Earth and then we have Planet Internet. This whole world that we've created, and we can use the world to do positive, uplifting, progressive things like Pandit Shiva is doing with Suryoday, and the challenges every day, the positive messages you put out, reminding people, to just do good, be a good person.
And
the
hardest part of it, and why you don't have much of it, is because it's a selfless thing. There's no reward. There's no financial reward or anything at the end of it. But hearing the stories that I have been hearing, it's worth it for me. It's definitely worth it for me.
You know what? It's really special indeed. And guys, all what we're talking about this morning is related to that Safer Internet Day and just us being able to practice. So we do have our phones, and just be careful if you need. We kind of leave all our applications signed in as well on our phones. Should we sign out of applications routinely?
You should have that signed, especially on not the phones as much as the computers. Sign out.
Yes, because somebody could just be using your computer to print something.
Make sure you have your two-step verification.
Oh yes, two-step verification.
Right, so even if someone gets access to it, they won't be able to get in because of that two-step verification, which we will explain with our tips as we go along. So don't get frightened if you don't know what two-step verification is.
I know. So I know big terminology is very new for some of us, but as we go along, we'll explain everything to you and just help you to use the internet in a very safe way, in a very progressive way that you can worry less, because I know the risks are high, but it doesn't mean like when you walk out the door of your house, the risk is high. So we're not saying that don't ever use the internet.
Locking yourself in your home doesn't keep you safe either.
It doesn't. So what we do, we'll give you the tools to survive the internet and the risks that can pop up from day to day with your daily use of the internet.
As you mentioned terms, do you remember our last new term we had when we were here? Fobbing.
Oh yes, fobbing. I never heard that term before. Fobbing. What is fobbing again?
You forgot what's
yes,
fobbing?
I did.
Fobbing is that
the word.
We're sitting here having conversation.
Oh right, so we're fobbing. Okay,
we're fobbing when we use our phones and.
Okay, I have to tell you that I am guilty of doing. I'm a fobber. Sometimes maybe Catherine will be talking to me, and I'm like, and and I'm typing away. I'm so sorry. I try to practice.
So that was one of our challenges. That was our Sunday challenge.
Oh, to put down the phone.
Put away the phones. Spend time with the people there.
Okay, I laugh like that because it's something I really need to practice.
Detox, you need to detox.
But when you're at dinner, the Valentine's Day is coming up, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you're at dinner with your significant other or anybody, please just put the phone in the bag and have some actual conversation.
Leave it in the car, leave it home.
Put it on silent. Or just for me and a dinner is like 2 hours, guys. You could do without it for 2 hours, okay? I cannot tell you how many times I have seen people at dinner and their food is in front of them and they on their phones, and I thought that's very interesting.
Or we want to video everything or live stream everything and we miss the moment itself.
Yeah, so
it takes away from that specialness. Those who have ever experienced those special moments without the phone.
I know. So remember that special dinner we had last year for Valentine's Day?
The
one where you on your phone.
Go back online and watch it.
Like, no, guys, live in the moment. Well said. So as we wrap the interview, Vivek is pointing at me. So as we wrap the interview today, what sort of thoughts you want to leave with us regarding Safer Internet Day? Sid.
Well, actually, this venture that we're embarking on today with the premiere of our tip is one of the most progressive ones that we have made in all the years that we have been promoting Safer Internet Day. And we thank the management and yourself here on radio and TV Jaagriti for being our partners in this, right? Setting the way for others. A rising tide raises all boats, as our Secretary General always tells us, right? And so we hope to raise all other boats, set the standard, get the information out there, right? Because we will be posting the tips as well.
Yes, we will.
As soon as we get our Facebook back up and going.
Yeah, so on that note, you can actually follow Suryoday on Facebook.
Yeah, it's there on the Suryoday.
So go
and it's here every Tuesday. We have those positive messages. The YouTube channel is also there.
Great.
Right.
So plug into all of them. Use the internet properly. Use it for good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pandit Shiva.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Yes. So it's like you were here Monday and now you're here Tuesday.
Off to Lakshmi Girls now. We have a seminar at Lakshmi Girls now where we'll be sharing some of this information at their level.
That's great. That is so great. I'm so happy to hear. So take good care and I wish you a very good and productive day. Have a great time at Lakshmi Girls.
Same to you.
Thank you. And that's how we wrap our interview on Safer Internet Day with the digital guru himself, Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj. I learned quite a bit during that interview. Hope you did as well. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, naturopathic doctor Carlos Navarro joins us on set for Alternative Health Solutions.